Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, we're going to use Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, which I don't know if that's focusing, but we'll move it up just in case it's not. Okay. Supportive Oracle cards are You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda. I'm just going to try to read it off the thing. Belinda Grace. Illustration by Elaine. I can't read that. Marson. There you go. So their spelling and everything is right there if you want to find any information about those people, about these cards. There you go. Knock your socks off. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay. Let's see what we got. There's a lot of very positive cards for you, but let's see how this is going to unfold. I mean, there's a lot of positivity, but I think this might be like due to how you're handling it. So this might be one of those situations where you got to stay on point if you want this to really go well. Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords coming in with this situation. Now, things got to be done. And I feel like this is normal for Sagittarius. Oh, things got to be done. Here we go. Let's do it. Things got to be done, and you just like that's it. You don't spend a lot of time dawdling. It's kind of like the thought and action coming together. Okay, wait, this is happening. That's not right. That's got to move. Okay, and you're moving things and fixing things as you're figuring it out. This is very strong. And when I'm feeling you come into this, you got the Queen of Pentacles coming in with it. So it's just something that's going to keep going for a while. Whatever you're getting involved with, you hit the ground running, you're fixing things and figuring it out at the same time. This seems to be the norm for a while. Some people would fall apart in this type of situation. You seem to do fairly well. You're not overthinking it. You're too busy getting things done. You don't have time to overthink it. So they think that's why this is working for you at this point. Other people stall at that section, kind of like, oh, my things keep falling apart, but no, you're like, oh yeah, that's okay, fix it, okay, oh, push that, oh yeah, you just keep, things are falling apart, but you're fixing it faster than it's falling apart. I think it's your speed in the situation, because things do keep falling apart, but you're fixing things much quicker than they're falling apart, so I think that's why it's succeeding. There's success. There is success here. There's success and failure at the same time. You got the Six of Wands. As you're figuring it out, you're deciding what needs to be prioritized. You don't have time to overthink it. You just don't. So you're doing the best you can. Not everything's going to work out. Not everything is going to work out, but that's okay. You got out of it what you could. You made the best decisions in the moment. Four of Cups is telling me you might, if you get a moment afterwards, you might be like, oh, if I had done that, blah, 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 blah. Don't, how did this saying go? Don't coulda, woulda, shoulda all over yourself. If you think about, wait, how does that go? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It doesn't work. That's what they're saying. Once you get this far, you did the best you could. Be wary not to overthink things. You didn't have the luxury of doing that while you were in motion. Afterwards, you might be like, oh, I wish I did that, or oh, I wish I did this. In your case, I don't think that's going to set you up for success later even, because it's hard to remember everything as it came towards you. Like, things were so fast, it's hard to remember why you made certain decisions, but you did the best you could. Rewards, blessings, and happiness are in the environment. People around you are happy with you. This thing did not work out perfectly, but the fact that it didn't completely fail is how I feel other people looking at it. Like, it didn't completely fail. You being here kept it from completely failing. Without you here, it probably would have completely failed. So people are happy with you. They feel like they got a lot out of it because of your participation. Remember that. Realize that. I really feel like be careful not to overthink things, because what I'm getting is that when you look back, Hindsight in this situation is not 2020 because it's hard to remember everything that happened because everything was happening so fast. Things that were being thrown at you left and right, you're going to miss details. It's going to be hard to remember everything. Don't overthink this one. In this case, I just don't think hindsight's going to be your... It's not going to be 2020. It's just not. It was too busy, you know? So give yourself a break with that. This is going into the next section. Cool. Remember your strength, too. You did really well here. Don't play yourself down. You did really well. I'm getting this feeling like I'm playing myself down, like, I screwed up so much. No, you made things go well. Like, you are really an integral part to the success there. I feel like most people, a lot of people would have failed. I'm just telling you. Maybe your other fire signs, a couple of, like, I'm thinking Leo, Aries would have done well in that situation too, possibly. Maybe Scorpio. Yeah, I think so. I can't really feel any other energy around that. So I don't know why those would do well other than, fire does well. The fire just kind of moves. Scorpio, they never say die anyway, and they just seem to have that whirlwind energy. I don't know why we're putting that in here right now, but for some reason that might make a difference to somebody, so I'll just throw that out to you. Going forward, another opportunity is coming forward to you, and I feel like you're already beating yourself up, like, I don't want to screw this one up too. No, you didn't screw up the last one. You really didn't. You did really well. I just feel like the way you're looking at it, be careful of people using that against you too. Like, you helped out in that situation. It did a lot better than it was originally gonna. I can see other people whining, like, I wish this had worked out, or I wish you had made better decisions. They weren't able to do that on their own. If they were so good at making these decisions, why didn't they just do it? That's the thing. So don't let people push you down or make you feel like, you didn't do as good as you could have, or somebody else would have done better. That's not true. There was a lot coming at you very quickly. Now, be careful of this, I'm saying, because when I'm seeing these cards, there's a lot here, like somebody's trying to get passive control over the situation. I'm getting the Princess of Cups. Just because cards are right side up, I don't automatically just read them as a positive influence, just to be fair. When I'm getting the Justice with the Judgment and then the self-acceptance here, I feel like they're trying to get control, but they're trying to not lead yet have control at the same time. Almost like if it goes well, they want credit. If it goes bad, they want you to take it. Be careful of that. That's literally what I'm getting. With the Justice and Judgment together in the environment, and then this passive... See, Justice is not a passive energy usually. That's why this is adding in a little bit awkwardly to me. It's kind of like a passive-aggressive, I want control, but I only want control if it goes well. If it goes bad, I want you to take the responsibility for that. I don't know. Justice doesn't really play like that. That's why it feels strange to me. It feels really... But Judgment is kind of like they only want the judgment if it goes in their favor. Be careful. Just be careful. Somebody playing these games with you, that self-acceptance is kind of like they only want people to see them being a part of it if it goes well. Because you got a new situation coming in that's going to last a while. And there's going to be a lot more people coming into it later. You don't want to be the one creating the situation, putting it together, lining it up, and then somebody else taking the credit later when it goes well. Especially, you don't want this to be like you try your best, it doesn't go that well, and this other person starts pointing the finger like, oh, look what the Sagittarius did. They screwed it up again. Which you didn't screw it up the first time, but be careful of that. Because this next situation is going to last a long time, and there's going to be a lot more people coming over time. When I'm feeling community, I feel like people keep adding in and keep adding in and keep adding in. There might be like a switchover, like 5 go in, 2 leave, 5 more come in, 2 leave, something like that, or it just keeps growing. People walk away, but more come in than leave. As this keeps coming forward, if you're able to keep on point with it and able to see your benefit or your self-worth in it, I'm really feeling that for you. If you're able to do that and keep it to like you're doing well here, and if you're the one making it work, you deserve the credit. Like this drives me nuts when people are like, well, I didn't get involved in this to get credit for it. I understand that, but if somebody else is going to steal your credit and make good on that, that's not right for them to do. Like somebody who's not really, they didn't put in that work, they didn't put it together, they didn't make it happen. Somebody else getting that credit, if they get, well, first of all, them getting credit for your work, that's not right anyway. But then what if they get an opportunity after this? They're not going to be able to really hold it up because they didn't make this first one really happen. So they can't duplicate something that they never made happen. You know what I mean? It's another reason you don't want somebody else getting your credit, because somebody else will get them into another position, expect them to do great things, and then it goes to crap because somebody else took your credit and they can't really make it happen. You don't want that happening either. Because I'm getting something else is going to be in the environment. There's another opportunity being born from this later. The Hermit is kind of like somebody's searching for somebody to fill a position. And I get like they're very quiet about this. This is almost like a business that has this opening, but they're not telling anybody it's there. And they're looking for the right person. And when they find the right person, they're going to offer it to that person. They're going to do what they have to do legally. But basically, they're trying to find the right person to put in this position. They're not talking about it until they find what they want. They're not putting out the information. They're searching out the person. And what you do here, see, this might be a company thing, it might be a business thing, it doesn't have to be. But when they find who they're looking for, then they're going to move towards that person. Wish might be granted that brings you to peace. Like, you might get your just desserts in a positive way. You might get something really good because of this, but you have to be owning your own credit. You can't let somebody else take the credit. That's another thing that bothers me sometimes, when people are like, yeah, so what if they get the credit? What does it really matter in this situation? It could matter more than you realize. Make sure you take your credit. It's your credit. Don't let this other person do that, especially when they don't really deserve it. It's not right. Now, the Eight of Pentacles with the Two of Cups and the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords is what's bringing forth this offer. When they find what they want, they bring forth that offer. Page of Swords, or Knight of Swords. Now, it's the Eight of Pentacles. Like, I don't feel this in a bad way at all. I feel like you got to really decide if you want it. I feel like you deciding if this is what's for you. You also got meditation here. It's going to take you a minute to decide, is this really what I want, or is this not for me? Maybe you have to take a minute to decide on this. Whatever it is that they're offering you is really good for you, because it will lead into the Two of Cups, like you being very happy and the person you being very happy and the people or person you're connected with being very happy as well. It will lead to that. But I feel like there's a lot of work that you have to decide whether this is right for you or not. I don't feel like it's like an over amount of work. It's just kind of like, do I want to be involved with this? Do I want to leave what I'm currently part of to go towards this other thing? Is this really good for me? Is this really want to go in life? It's leading towards the Two of Cups. I would say yes. I would say yes. For some reason, though, you have to take some time to think about it. Like, oh, is this really what I want? I would say take it. Make sure you get credit so you get this opportunity and you get to choose. And then, you're going to make up your own mind. If you decide, hey, it's not for you, then you're deciding that. But from what I'm feeling here in this reading, they're saying go for it. This is good for you. But you gotta own your credit. You can't let somebody else take your credit. Even if you just want to get along with somebody. No, they cannot have your credit. No, it's not right. Because they might end up with this opportunity and screw it all up. And that's not right. That's not right. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.